Hey everyone, today I'm going to be going over my Goosebumps DVD collection. So right here is all the Goosebumps DVDs I have as of right now, so let's start off with this first one. Now, I've been tracking down all the 3-pack Thriller Goosebumps DVDs. These are some of the best DVDs you can get in the US for Goosebumps. It collects 3 of the individually released volumes that they used to... Oh, and the box is broken, that's nice, I didn't even notice that. Come on, get in there, you. Okay, there. So anyway, yeah. These were put out individually. I remember back when I was 14, 15, I was in Walmart and I happened to see Goosebumps DVDs for $5 each. That was amazing! Like, I usually did not find shows from my childhood on DVD. So this was a really cool thing. Unfortunately, the problem with these is they'd be one episode. Now, a lot of Goosebump episodes were multi-part episodes, but still, it was kind of a ripoff to be paying $5 to $10 for a single episode. So that was unfortunate, but that was what I did. I would save up my allowance and get all these Goosebumps DVDs. And anyway, now I traded them all in and got these 3-pack thrillers. So, first up, Trilogy, Ghost Next Door, and It Came From Beneath the Sink, which also includes the episode Strained Peas. So, very cool. Also, I'm not sure how much longer these are going to stay in print, considering these are Fox. And these were already kind of... There were some episodes that were a bit weird with Fox's distribution, so get into that later. Moving on, we get the next one. Oh, and I want to say I love the cover here with Slappy. That is really cool. The one problem I have with a lot of these 3-pack Thriller DVDs is the covers just are not very interesting. This one, we got little claw here, the eyes from the cover of It Came Beneath the Sink. Ghost Next Door has a little door knocker, that's kind of clever. This one got Slappy and a big haunted house in the back or something. I feel like they probably could have been a little bit more creative with these. Anyway, Monster Blood, we have a mouse. Okay. Then Say Cheese and Die. Oh, we have a skull with a camera there. That's cool. And then we got Slappy there, of course. So anyway, Monster Blood includes both Monster Blood episodes, How to Kill a Monster, and The Girl Who Cried Monster. Love that one. And then we got Night of the Living Dummy, with both Night of the Living... the first 2 Night of the Living Dummy episodes, which, interestingly... Yeah, it's 2. I used to see that, and I would be kind of confused, and I kept thinking, am I missing one? But it turns out, yeah, they adapted 2, Bride of the Living Dummy and Night of the Living Dummy 3, and, yeah, not the first one, or at least it wasn't named after the first one, so very strange. Then we got Say Cheese and Die, both episodes of that. Pop it open, you can see a little bit more like what the original design DVDs looked like. Monster Blood had one of these later releases where they just had a dark cover without the Tim Jacobus cover. I don't know, I like the Tim Jacobus illustrations. I really wish they would utilize those a little bit more. However, in this case, I like having the show version of Slappy there, because I think he's cool looking. So, moving on to the next one, here we got, let's see. One Day at HorrorLand, which has HorrorLand and Welcome to Camp Nightmare. And then Return of the Mummy has 2 Mummy episodes, and then You Can't Scare Me. Love that one. Shocker on Shock Street also has Click. Oh, and let's take a look at the cover. We have, I guess, HorrorLand in the background. Mummy. Shocker on Shock Street has that praying mantis on the tombstone. There's a crow there. Yay. I had this DVD when I was a kid. I remember this was one of the first ones I got that had this weird different cover that didn't have the Tim Jacobus illustration, and I don't care for this. I like the Jacobus illustration far better. See, there we got the praying mantis ant thing from Shock Street. And then Return of the Mummy, we have like just stock photo of a mummy, sarcophagus, whatever. Next up, we got, let's see, Ghost Beach, A Night in... Let's go through the episodes individually. Ghost Beach, Barking Ghost, Be Careful What You Wish For, A Night in Terror Tower, and Stay Out of the Basement. This one was really cool, because these were 2 episodes that they had on tape, and I would rent these from the video store a lot. And then, finally, we got Scary House, which, okay, it's 2 episodes. House of No Return, and then the Haunted House game, I think. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's 2 episodes, and yeah, they just don't list them for some reason. They're just both in the description here. That's weird. Open it up, and, Night in Terror Tower. I'm really not a fan of this cover. This stinks. I like the Jacobus illustration far better. Scary House is interesting, because the illustration here actually comes from one of the anthology books that R.L. Stein wrote, and then with Ghost Beach with this dumb skull in the water makes it look like a cheesy sci-fi movie, like Sci-Fi Channel. Oh, and I do like that they have that ghost there on the cover, utilizing some Jacobus. Oh, and then there's Terror Tower in the back. It actually looks like Terror Tower. Oh, I love the handprints on the tombstone. That's a cool effect. And then Scary House, we have, you know, this makes me think of the kid from the DreamWorks logo turning into a bat. So, moving on to the next one. Let's see. There we got the cover, Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. I love the design of the Jack-o'-lanterns. It's a really subtle design, but it's really cool. Okay, this is the dumbest thing to be on the tombstone. Headless ghost. We have a ghost who very much has a head. Scarecrow walks at midnight. And there's a cat. Yay. Oh, clock at midnight. Okay. And then we got a house in the back. Yay. Okay, so Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, Vampire Breath, Let's Get Invisible, Headless Ghost, Awesome Ants, Teacher's Pet, Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, Don't Go to Sleep, and Calling All Creeps. I like that one. That was a cool one. So let's pop this open. And then we got the Jack-o'-lanterns there again. Headless Ghost. Okay, Headless Ghost was this house. Alright, sure. Scarecrow Walks... None of these have the Jacobus illustrations, and I don't like that. Okay, well, they do have the Jack-o'-lanterns, which are kind of inspired by his artwork, so... whatever. And then we got this one, 3-pack thriller, and, yep, last of the 3-pack thrillers, so Attack of the Mutant, Phantom of the Auditorium, Blob that Ate Everyone, My Hairiest Adventure, I like that one, Piano Lessons Can Be Murder, Go Eat Worms, Bad Hair Day, and Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. So there we got a pretty good... Oh, and, let me talk about the cover first. Attack the Mutant, we have a little Shazam lightning bolt. The Blob, we have the Blob. Go Eat Worms, we have a knife and a spatula. Alright. That's funny. Oh, this one's stuck tight. There we go. So, Blob that Ate Everyone. Kind of interesting, the Blob isn't here, or, well, his tongue is there, but the rest of the Blob is on the cover. Kind of weird they didn't put him on the DVD itself. Then we got Attack of the Mutant, where... I think there's the Mutant, I think... Is that... That reminds me of, like, the cover to the old, like, PC game that had the Mutant. And then Go Eat Worms, with a... kind of an interpretation of, the Tim Jacobus cover. So, yeah. If you have all these 3-pack thriller DVD sets, you got a good chunk of Goosebumps episodes, but it's still not all of them. So let's go over some of the other ones that I have. Right here is a 2-pack of Goosebumps episode, Perfect School and My Best Friend is Invisible, which also includes An Old Story. And we have the Jacobus covers here. That's cool. I love that one with the cat. That's really cool. And then Perfect School. With the creepy eyes staring out of the locker. That is such a cool image. I love that. So that's all the, like, official US Goosebumps show DVDs that I have. For some reason, there's a few episodes they never put out on DVD in any form. And also, for some reason, Haunted Mask was never released on any of these. It's so weird. Why not Haunted Mask on these? But there is this bizarre bootleg that has the first Haunted Mask and Werewolf Skin, and also Cuckoo Clock of Doom bonus feature, which is really ironic considering, yeah, this is totally a bootleg. Let me pop this open here. Now, at first glance, it looks professional. Like, the DVD feels professional, it doesn't look fuzzy or blurry or anything. The design is really good. The stories are alive. You flip it over, you see, oh, it's a DVD-R. And if you look at the cover, like, the cover looks really good, but it doesn't match up the style of the official DVDs at all. This is based more on how they did the old VHSs back in the 90s. Fabulous Films Limited. I don't know who they are. Oh, it says no subtitles, but oddly, there is closed captioning, which is extremely bizarre for a bootleg DVD. I've very rarely seen closed captioning on bootlegs. So then we got all that technical stuff down there, and oh, languages, English, okay. Oh, it also says Region 1. That's a lie, it's Region 0. NTSC, that might be right. Anyway, the other thing that made this really obviously a bootleg is the spine. Goosebumps. Yeah, there was a printing error with the spine here. I highly doubt an official DVD would, like, let this kind of mistake slip right by. Like, I have seen, like, errors on official DVDs that are, like, really embarrassing and silly, but yeah, somehow I don't think, combined with it being a DVD-R. Also, the quality of these are obviously like VHS rips or Laserdisc rips or something, because they're not to the quality that these are. These all look really good. They're really clear image and sound, and then these ones, like, you can hear a bit of a buzzing during Cuckoo Clock of Doom. So, oh, and also the menu is very bootleggy looking. So, unfortunately, this is still floating around on eBay if you want to give it a look, since, yeah, I don't think these are coming out officially on DVD anytime soon. But yeah, I don't have Haunted Mask 2, and I think there's a few other episodes here and there that I don't have on US DVD or even this bootleg DVD. So, but I do have them on this DVD set, Goosebumps The Complete Collection. 4 spooky seasons in one set. Based on R.L. Stein's best-selling book series. So this, as you can see from the little triangle PG rating, this is a UK box set. The complete box set. And here we got all the DVDs of each season, which you gotta be careful. Sometimes the discs like to get stuck under here, and I really hope these don't break or anything, so I make sure it's loose before I close it all up again. Now, this thing, I got really lucky, and I bought this, like, right before it went out of print and got, like, crazy rare. Right now, if you go to eBay, you're not going to find this cheap. You might find the individual season sets for, like, 20 to 30 bucks, but finding this complete set for the price I found it for, which was, like, I believe, like, 40 bucks, might not happen. However, there is, like, a Blu-ray set that Germany put out of Goosebumps. So, I don't know, maybe if that's getting more common, maybe this is cheaper, or maybe you'll find the Blu-ray set cheaper. And then moving on from the show, we got the movies. So here we got the movie double feature, 2-movie collection. Oh, and digital code, if anybody wants that, go ahead and steal it. So we got Goosebumps and Goosebumps 2 on DVD. I'm not the biggest fan of the first one. I haven't seen... Oh. Well, huh, that's weird. Okay, so the one on the right is the first movie, the left is the second movie? That's really weird. I don't know why they did it like that. Whatever, anyway. I saw the first movie in theaters. It was okay. I liked it just fine. One of the things I like that's a nice little touch is Slappy. They gave him a touch of Jack Black in his face, which is really funny. The lawn gnomes are cool. I like the werewolf of Fever Swamp. He was cool. I like the characters fine. The effects, I feel like the snowman of Pasadena, I don't think he looks very good. Like, some of the CGI effects have really not aged well. Like, they weren't even good when the movie came out. It's... ugh. Especially when you compare it to, like, effects done in the series, which were all practical. Yeah, the movie's... Also, it really drags at the beginning. However, I still enjoyed it. It's fine. I haven't gotten around to watching the second movie yet. Seems there's a lot more stuff that I'm not really familiar with. Like, the first movie, I was kind of expecting to see a lot of stuff like oh, hey, I remember seeing that. Like, oh, yeah, I remember him. I remember that guy. I remember those. I remember him. I remember him. I remember that little poodle vampire thing. I remember all that stuff. With this one, though, like, I see stuff from the first movie. Then I see gummy bears. And apparently the cast was switched out. Okay. So, I'm not really sure what I think of the second one. Second one, oh, even in the back they switched them around. 2 was on top, whatever. So anyway, 2 looks like it more went off and did its own thing and was less about bringing the books to life. But whatever, eventually I'll see it. And this isn't a DVD, but it's definitely something you'll want to find. The Goosebumps TV Companion, Viewer Beware, by Jose Prendes. This is a really, really cool book. It's an episode guide, has a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff, interviews with a bunch of the creators, all about the making of the Goosebumps TV show. This is really, really cool. If you're a fan of the Goosebumps TV show, or even if you're a fan of the books, this is definitely a really cool thing to look into, to see like what went into them adapting the books into a show, or like things that had to be changed, because some episodes went way far off from what the book story was. Oh, that's something. I don't think Deep Trouble was on any of these. That's one that went way different from the book. So that's it for Goosebumps stuff, but I have some related stuff. So right here is the Nightmare Room, Camp Nowhere. It's in one of these little snap cases. And we got the inside. The graphic design on this is really nice. Amanda Bynes. That name sounds familiar, but I don't know where I know that from. So anyway, there were 2 Nightmare Room DVDs. This is the only official DVD I have of Nightmare Room. I used to have the tape of the other volume, which had on the cover the kid who played Reese in Malcolm in the Middle. Oh, and I want to talk a little bit about Nightmare Room before I move on. Nightmare Room, when I was a kid, I got some Nightmare Room books for my birthday. I wasn't aware of Nightmare Room. I didn't know that R.L. Stein wrote anything other than Goosebumps, but I read those, and they just blew me away. I really, really liked Nightmare Room. It was such a, like, different feeling series. Like, it felt very surreal and weird. In fact, it probably helped shape my love of the Phantasm movies a bit. Also, it was, yeah, a bit kind of like a Twilight Zone-esque feel. And then here we got a bootleg Nightmare Room DVD set. Amazing cover art, right? I drew the logo myself. And here's the discs. Wow, they look amazing. Look at that, beautiful. And there's an empty spot because for some reason there's 7 discs, which is like an odd number, and I just didn't have any. Yeah, so there's an extra space in case I find, like, I don't know, a DVD-ard Nightmare Room DVD, I guess. Whatever. Or maybe if I find the other one without a box. So yeah, this is nice to have just all of Nightmare Room in one place on DVD. Oh, and the weird thing with Nightmare Room, in the opening credits, there was this guy's voice who would say, "I'm R.L. Stein." And it was very obviously not R.L. Stein. Who it was actually the voice of Shredder in the old Ninja Turtles cartoon. That was cool to find out. And then finally, I have these couple of R.L. Stein-related DVDs, mostly Ghostly and Haunting Hour. I haven't watched either of these. Anyway, name value from the creator of Goosebumps. I don't know who any of these people are. This one, oh, it's down at the bottom there. Tobin Bell. There he is, from Saw. I know him. Really boring cover. What's this thing? Oh, just something to reinforce it because it's in a cheapo box. Whoopee. So yeah, these don't look particularly interesting to me. I don't even know if I'm going to keep these. In fact, this one I did try to sell once, but nobody wanted it, so I just held on to it, kept it with my Goosebumps stuff. Anyway, so yeah, there's all my Goosebumps DVDs, Nightmare Room, Goosebumps companion book, and related junk. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. See ya.